Hey Dan, we're continuing right where we left off last time. Having beaten the introduction level with Spider-Man, we now get our choice of the 5 different heroes to play as. Now each hero faces a different kind of challenge, and each one focuses around a certain theme. And Gambit's levels are called Checkmate, because it's focused around a chess theme, so the enemies are pawns, rooks, bishops, knights, queens, kings, as well as a few other random oddities in there, including the steel-spiked Doom Ball. Alright, now before we get into the level, because Gambit's first level is very fast-paced, I'll just go over the controls. So he jumps with the B button, he'll throw a single playing card with the Y button. The X button will activate his Joker. He can carry a maximum of 2 Jokers, and that's a large sort of area of effect attack around him. Now it's important to note that Gambit does have a limited number of playing cards, so you need to keep an eye on your ammunition as you go through the level. But let's start things up and see how it looks. Now the first thing you're going to see, if you move over to the left, is there's this, there's the spiked Doom Ball there, and it will chase you throughout the rest of the level. But if you hit those green orbs, you'll see they actually pause the wheel and make it roll back slightly. So you can use those to give yourself a bit of extra time. Alright. Because this is definitely one of those levels where you really need to, move correctly, don't die. So there's another one. So here's the Joker. You can see it sort of creates this whirlwind effect around him. And one other thing you'll probably notice is that when I kill an enemy, a little playing card starts floating upwards from around them. And that's how Gambit replenishes his deck of cards. He can also pick up decks spread throughout the level. There we go. And those kings are an especially troublesome burden. And those little orange barriers you need to destroy with your cards. Now coming up is I'll show you the glitch to get extra lives. So you notice I've been collecting these little stars throughout the level, and if you get 100 stars, you get an extra life. Now there's just enough to get an extra life in each level, but this point here you can jump up over top, and I'm just gonna hit that to give myself some extra time. Jump over top of these stars here at the top of the screen, and when you leave the screen, it starts counting the stars that you're collecting, even though you aren't touching them. And so you just do that over and over and over, and you can get extra lives. You can see already I've got us up to, I think I made us to 6 lives, up from 3, and then lost 1. Oh no, I made it up to 7, and then lost 1. So the trick with this level is definitely continue moving, but don't get hit. And every time one of the enemies touches you, they will explode and do a significant amount of damage. So you need to do your best to either destroy them outright or avoid them. Making sure to pick up extra cards. You can see there in the top right-hand corner, that's my card count. And it does max out at 52, so it is a full deck. Destroy that king there. And I'll just try to, you see I got hit with one of those kings, and that was enough to take about 1/4 of my health off just with that. There we are. Now I don't have much health left, but luckily for me, just underneath me, you can see there's a little bee icon. Get one more life, there we are. Sort of trapped inside this box. And the bees will give you half your health, half a deck of cards, as well as some points. I'm not sure what the B stands for. Maybe it's Boudreaux or Baudreaux, which is Gambit's real last name. And when you get to this point, you want to get over to this side, so you have to make that first jump. Avoid these little fellas here and try to get rid of that thing. And clear this space of those knights. Because over here, there's one more of those green orbs. That'll give you a little extra time. And it can be hard to, sometimes a little bit hard, to destroy those orange barriers. There we are. Ooh. Oh, and you see, you can stop the wheel yourself with your own weapons. And it will stop when you get to this point. But I wasn't fast enough in getting inside. And that is the entrance to the first level boss. I'm going to see if we can get back there. I'll save you the trouble of watching me do the entire level. And like I said in the last video, using this glitch to jump out of the top of the screen in order to get extra stars and extra lives is the only real cheat that I know of in this game. Now, you probably don't want to actually beat Gambit's first level first. You want to go in, get as many extra lives as you can, and then beat all of the other heroes' first and second stages, and then deal with Gambit last. Because there's no other way to get those extra lives once you've defeated his first level. Okay, so now we face off against Gambit's first boss, who is the King of Spades, this giant robotic playing card. So we want to hit him with a few cards, and then we'll send him into this sort of spiral, and then he'll send out those little electric bolts you can see, and those will spawn enemies in, which will give us a source of cards, and then we're just gonna stand underneath him. There we go, and he's gonna send out a few more. More cards. Give him a second to heal up. There we go. Hit him again. He'll send out more. He does that 4 times before he starts to go into his final mode, where he continues to move as he sends minions out towards you. And this can be a good time to use your Joker, if you've got one. Oh, but you see he sort of swarms you there at the end. Let's try that one more time. So you can see that he doesn't pose too big of a threat himself, he just sort of sends out those little beams, or those little balls, but the enemies that come and hit you can take a significant amount of health off, and so that's your main concern, is avoiding those. Make sure to collect your cards every time you destroy those enemies, because you do not want to run out mid-fight. There we go. One more time, he's gonna send some up here. Send those ones there. A few more hits. And this time he's gonna send those, but he's gonna keep moving as well, so we're gonna use the Joker. It's important to note that using a Joker does not give you cards when the enemies are destroyed. But there you go. Well done, Gambit. And that's Gambit's first stage beaten. Well, that's where we're going to end it today. Next time we'll have a look at Gambit's second level, which does not feature the spiky doom ball, but it does feature its own unique hazard. And I'll explain a bit more about that when we get to it. Alright, thanks for watching, Dan. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions or comments or anything specific you want me to look at, you just let me know, okay? Alright, I'll talk to you later.